For 3 gallons of beer, you'll need roughly 30 12-ounce bottles or 15 22-ounce bottles. You'll also need a tube to collect a sample to take a hydrometer reading. To clean your bottles and loosen up any dried scum inside of them, put a heaping half teaspoon of one-step sanitizer in each one. Fill them with water and let them sit overnight. The next day, fill up both brew pots with water and get them started boiling. Measure 85 grams of bottling sugar, which can be corn sugar. Mix it with a half liter of water and bring it to a boil. Let it boil for 5 minutes and then set it aside to cool. Now get your rinse water boiling to sanitize it. And start preparing your bottles for beer. For each one, dump out the sanitizing solution, fill it up with hot water, dump it out, fill it up again, and set it aside. When the water reaches a boil, put your bottle caps in the coffee press. And sanitize them with the scalding water. Refill the pan and start it boiling again. Prepare some iodine solution and put the PVC tubing and bottling wand inside. When the 2 brew pots of water are boiling, dump out the hot tap water from the bottles. And fill them all up for a third and final time with boiling water. When finished, dump out the leftover hot water from the 5-gallon brew pot. Set it down a few feet off the floor and cover it for later use. Sanitize the top of the fermentation bottle. Unseal it. Take a sample of beer for a hydrometer reading to be performed later. Pour in the previously boiled bottling sugar. And sanitize and install the racking cane and PVC tubing the same as you did for secondary fermentation, placing the end of the tubing in the sanitized 5-gallon brew pot. Sanitize the bottling wand by pressing the spring-loaded tip down on a clean surface. Rinse it off in the same way. Insert it into the PVC tubing. Sanitize your breath. And start the siphon going by pressing the tip of the bottling wand on the bottom of the brew pot to let the air escape. Now take your first beer bottle and dump the hot water out of it. Place the bottling wand inside the bottle and fill it up. Place a cap on top and cap it. To determine how much alcohol is in your beer, compare the after fermentation hydrometer reading to the before fermentation reading. So subtract this reading of 1% from the before fermentation reading of 5% to give you an alcohol content of 4%. The beer needs to sit in the bottles for at least 2 weeks before it'll be carbonated. But this recipe requires 4 weeks in the bottles before it'll taste its best.